Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Tuesday morning. It's Stephen Whiteside here from the uptrend.com. Well, today is March 4th. It's also Stupid Tuesday. We've got the president putting tariffs on goods from Mexico and Canada, and so this isn't going to end well for anyone. When the president first when he first took office, I wrote that his priorities were to raise inflation and to cause a recession. And as you can see, that's exactly what he is trying to do on Tuesday morning. Now, in the pre-market this morning, stock index futures are slightly below fair value. No major selling on Tuesday morning so far. Commodities are mixed with gold higher, crude oil lower, and we've got Bitcoin selling down in the pre-market on Tuesday morning. Now, we don't have any major economic numbers coming out this morning. There's certainly economic numbers coming out, but nothing major. Now, the VIX continued to move higher on Monday. The VIX ETFs, of course, moved up as well. If you're long any of the VIX ETFs, you want to be selling into strength. You don't want to ever completely liquidate a position, but typically moves in the VIX are very quick and sharp to the upside. You can see that back in December for this particular ETF, we were up at $10 back in December. Currently, we're at we closed at 876. So you don't have too far to go, and I would never completely liquidate a position, as I've mentioned many times, until I get kicked out. So the move up can be very quick, but it doesn't mean that the VIX is going to come right back down and generate a sell signal. So on Tuesday, of course, we're looking for a close below the lower channel line, but certainly not expecting that to happen from what we're seeing in the pre-market on Tuesday morning. And now Bitcoin had a wild day yesterday, a lot of enthusiasm for Bitcoin over the weekend. And you can see we traded above the upper channel line before pulling back. That's also true for Ethereum, which traded up into the channel. Both of those are trading down in the pre-market on Tuesday morning. Now, looking at the major index ETFs, of course, they all had wild days yesterday. There's the iShares for the TSX 60, the Vanguard Canada ETF, both trading above the upper channel line before sinking down going into the close. New low for the Dow on Monday, new low for the S&P 500. There's the equal weighted S&P 500 down on the day. New low for the NASDAQ 100, closing below the $500 level. We haven't broken away from it just yet. We certainly have made a new low for the NASDAQ 100. There's the equal weighted NASDAQ closing down on the day, and the next generation NASDAQ. We also saw new lows for the Russell 2000, for the small caps, and for the micro caps. And what didn't work on Monday? Well, it was technology stocks were the big loser, followed by energy stocks, and then consumer discretionary. Of course, consumer discretionary products are products you don't need during a recession. There is the Canadian energy sector down sharply on Monday. Of course, if we cut off energy exports to the U.S., it's not going to help any of these companies. So down over 5%. Then we had Infotech down over 3%. And then base metals were down over 3% on the day, making a new low for this move on Monday. Looking at the commodity ETFs, no trend changes here. We've got crude oil lower, gasoline lower. Now, natural gas generated a sell signal on Friday. I said, based on what we were seeing in the pre-market yesterday, that you'd probably want to wave that off. And so far, that is holding up. Things would change on Tuesday, of course, if we close below $20.52 on the UNG. Then looking at copper, it traded up to the upper channel line, did not close above it. We had the gold up yesterday. We saw platinum and palladium both trading higher on Monday, but no change in trend, and no change in trend for the price of silver, which was also up on Monday. Now, looking at the TSX most actives, I'll go through these fairly quickly, and we're looking for any trend changes. All of the energy stocks look something like that or like that coming into Tuesday morning. Manulife still holding up better than I expected. No change in trend. There's a new low for Baytech. No change in trend for Great West. Then we've got TC Energy trading up through the upper channel line on Monday. At close on Tuesday above $65.17 would give us a new daily buy signal there. Then looking at Varen, a big reversal day on Monday, coming down hard with the rest of the energy sector. There's a nice new low for Cenovus on Monday. Air Canada making a new low on Monday. There's a new low for Ivanhoe Mines. No change in trend for B2 Gold. Things would change on Tuesday with a close below $3.80. There's BlackBerry making a new low for this move. There's Celestica down over 12% on Monday, making a new low for this move. And then Shopify holding last week's low, but still on a sell signal. No change in trend there. Let's finish off today's presentation taking a look at the U.S. most actives from Monday's trading action. Starting off with NVIDIA, which traded down to the previous low. So far that low is holding. Ford had a wild day yesterday, looking for a close on Tuesday below $9.30 to give us a sell signal. No change for Intel, no change for Tesla, for Palantir. A new low for Supermicro. It was one of the big losers on Monday. Lucid, no change there. No change in trend for NU. Then we've got NEO back on a sell signal as of Monday's close. Mara traded up to the upper channel line yesterday before reversing, so a close above 1521 would give us a buy signal on Tuesday, but we do have Bitcoin trading lower in the pre-market. ADT traded down to the lower channel line yesterday, so for this stock, we're looking for a close below $7.49 on Tuesday. There's a new low for Transocean. Then we've got SoundHound trading up in the channel. It closed lower on the day yesterday, so looking for a close above $11.25. No joy for SoFi. Then we've got American Airlines making a new low for this move. Now, Apple is actually trading higher in the pre-market this morning, so it was down $3.80. It's up $2.50 right now, so not enough to give us a new buy signal. Then looking at Rigetti, we are still on a sell signal here, no change. On the other hand, we've got AT&T making a new high on Monday. We've got Verizon holding up fairly well. Now, if you've been listening to the news, you know that Elon Musk is trying to steal a big FAA contract that was already awarded to Verizon. So I'm sure if he did steal it, there'd be a huge lawsuit and would cost the government a lot of money. But there's certainly no sense of tension in the Verizon stock chart at the moment that would indicate that they're about to lose that contract. Okay, folks, that is all for this morning's presentation. Since I started the presentation, stock index futures have dipped a little, so they're all trading lower at the present time. So far, it looks like the market wants to continue with its selling on Tuesday morning. Have a great day. Next time you'll hear my voice is on Wednesday morning.
Thanks for tuning in until the very end of today's stock market timing educational video. If you found the content valuable, don't forget to express your support by hitting the like button, leave a comment, sharing with your friends, and subscribing to our channel for more insightful updates. Remember, in the world of stocks, timing is crucial, and following the trend can be your greatest ally. If you would like more information on how we can help you better time the stock market, please visit theuptrend.com.